All right, now that all the love's out of the way, let's get to the hate. Because
Man.
I need you here to talk to me like I'm a kindergartner, because I'm confused.
Okay.
So I saw a headline yesterday. I was out yesterday. I saw a headline yesterday that said, basically Robert Kraft, or Bill Belichick took offense that Robert Kraft said it was a gamble to trade for Bill Belichick at the time, which I don't really understand why Bill Belichick would take offense to that. He did trade for Bill Belichick.
Right.
It worked out.
Okay.
But of course, at that time, it is a gamble to trade for a coach who you don't look. We didn't have a large sample size of Bill Belichick, the head coach.
No, it was 5 seasons in Cleveland, and he was only fired because Cleveland moved to Baltimore.
Yeah, I sort of got Robert Kraft's standpoint, but I don't know enough to know enough, which is why I'm telling you to break this down. What am I missing?
What's the risk if you're Robert Kraft? Let's start there, because your franchise was absolute dog water.
Right.
Absolute dog water. The Patriots had 2 Super Bowl appearances, and aside from that, it was one of the worst teams in the NFL.
Yes.
And under the ownership of Robert Kraft, as they continue to be, it's one of the most cheaply owned teams.
Fair.
Least amount of money literally put into player contracts. So Robert Kraft traded for Bill Belichick.
You don't like facilities either.
And it worked out. The facilities suck. And the only way the facilities actually get improved, it takes multiple years of the players complaining through the NFLPA
That's right.
Survey.
Right.
But this, what it really boils down to was Robert Kraft, and it's the long thing, baked into Bill Belichick's contract that Gerard Mayo would be the successor. Bill didn't like that. It's Robert Kraft taking the shots at Bill Belichick and trying to redefine the legacy and take ownership, as they did through the documentary they put out on Apple that the Patriots and Robert Kraft owned. It was after the elegant solution they found of Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft mutually parting ways. Robert Kraft goes on the Breakfast Club 97.1 in New York City and says, I fired Bill. And Bill's like, all right, bro, I agree to say that we are mutually parting ways. I could say you fired me, and then everyone would turn on you. And then it's Robert Kraft saying this right here on Dudes on Dudes podcast.
So what was your best decision that you've made as an owner to date?
Well, the one that got questioned the most was in '99. I gave up a #1 draft pick for a coach who had only won a little over 40% of his game, to get him out from, I don't know if there are any Jet fans here, but I think getting Bill Belichick to come to the Patriots in 1999, it was a big risk, and I got hammered in the Boston media, but I think he was with us for 24 years, and we did okay.
So he's taking credit in a way, and this is, again, Robert Kraft continuing his campaign to get into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Right.
Him hiring Bill Belichick drafting Tom Brady, that's luck. Bill Belichick had 1 head coaching tenure. It was with the Browns. He was 8 games below 500, had 1 playoff appearance, and was fired because the team literally moved cities and changed ownership. He was still building something good with the Browns. You'd see what it would have been long-term. And it could have been what the Patriots became. Robert Kraft saying he took a risk. Yeah, there's some risk involved, I guess. He's fired. You had to trade him from the Jets. Bill also didn't want to be the Jets head coach.
That's right.
It was Bill Parcells left, and he was like, hey, go take this job. Because also that was baked into Bill Parcells' Bill Belichick agreement, too.
That's right.
Then Bill's like, I don't want to work for the Hess family. I don't want to work for a team that's about to sell.
He was Gerard Mayo of that time.
Exactly. It's Robert Kraft continuing in the media to take credit for Bill Belichick's success. And when you say, why are they doing this? Because we'll get into the Bill Belichick quotes. It's an egotistical 83-year-old billionaire against an egotistical 73-year-old millionaire. These guys, I cannot compute when you have that much money, that much success, why you care so much about what other people think. Bro, I'm broke. I don't care what other people think. I'm just living my life. One day at a time.
We trying to make it.
I don't know that guy from a hole in the wall.
We're treading water.
And that man, Robert Kraft, puts on his pants every morning same way as I. I think he probably needs assistance from other people. He's getting up there in age.
You would think.
That was rude. But why do they care? But it is their ego, it's their pride, it's their legacy. And this is where I get with Bill Belichick, because Robert Kraft's trying to take away from him. This is what Bill said. As I told Robert multiple times through the years, I took a big risk by taking the New England Patriots head coaching job. I already had an opportunity to be the head coach of the Jets, but ownership situation was unstable. I had been warned by multiple previous Patriots coaches, as well as other members of other NFL organizations, that the New England job was going to come with many internal obstacles.
That means he ain't spending no moolah, baby.
Cheap ownership.
Yep.
Bill Parcells has said the only person worse than Robert Kraft is Jonathan Kraft.
Pete Carroll took shots, too.
Pete Carroll has a story of,
Yep.
he came from the San Francisco 49ers. They fed the players well.
Yep.
They put the resources into the players. And then Robert Kraft was like, oh, no, sandwiches and chips.
That's right.
The bologna sandwiches.
Yeah,
as they say.
like your little leaguers.
I made it clear we would have to change the way the team was managed to regain the previously attained success. What was a previously attained success? Bill Parcells as head coach.
That's right.
The Jets were a solid team after 3 years of rebuilding under Bill Parcells, which included an AFC Championship game appearance. Meanwhile, the Patriots organization had dismantled their 96 AFC Championship team and became one of the worst in the AFC. It didn't help they were $10 million over the cap heading into my first season as head coach in 2000. And later in the article, Don Van Natta noted that the Patriots ranked 31st out of 32 NFL teams in spending since I think it was 94. I think it was since Robert Kraft became owner.
Yes.
You think Don Van Natta just knew to look that up? That is Robert Kraft making these comments. It's Bill Belichick picking up his phone, calling Don Van Natta, giving him
giving him the tea.
Giving him this, and he goes, by the way, I would reach out to someone and find this. Look up cap spending since 94.
Yeah.
And then that shows the Patriots and Robert Kraft are one of the more cheaply spending teams.
You know, I appreciate you providing some clarity for this. Where I'm from, if you take a shot together and you hug it out, like these two did at Brady's roast.
Yep, I like this.
It's squashed. The beef's over.
Yeah.
To Belichick's credit, and you said this, every time you turn around,
Yeah.
it's Robert Kraft in the media continuing this.
That's the thing. Bill's
so if you're
doing his
Bill,
own thing.
You're like, bro, I got other fish to fry now. I'm in the college game. The block is hot because of my young girlfriend. Like, I can't do this with you.
Yeah.
And every time you turn around, you're doing an interview about me. This is on Robert Kraft. You can't take a shot with me, hug it out, let bygones be bygones, we're cool. And then every time there's a microphone in your face, you're talking about moi. I'm going to take offense to that. So I'm glad you laid this out for me. I'm on Bill's side. Now, I still think that soundbite we played is not the end of the world. Like, he did take a chance.
But it's a subliminal.
But it's just the fact you keep going back. You keep, rehashing all this stuff that we thought was water under the bridge.
What's the best decision you made as owner of the Patriots? No doubt about it, it's hiring the greatest football coach of all time, Bill Belichick.
Yes.
And then that opens up the combo.
Yes.
But it's him taking credit. I had to take a big risk.
Right.
This is also Robert Kraft, who bought the team in January '94. He inherited Bill Parcells.
That's right.
He inherited a bunch of that roster. Now, Robert Kraft saved this team from going to St. Louis.
Sure.
He saved this team and kept them in Foxborough. He built Gillette Stadium. He's done so much for the game. You've done so much. You have the greatest franchise in the history of the NFL because of the success from 2001 to 2018, 2019, that season.
Sure.
Whatever. You have all that. You don't need to take digs at Bill Belichick. And to your point, too, where Bill's like, all right, I'm hanging out in Chapel Hill. I'm coaching in college.
He's got his own life.
When he interviewed for the Falcons job,
That's right.
Arthur Blank called Robert Kraft,
That's right.
and Robert Kraft told Arthur Blank, don't trust him.
Yep.
If you called me about something like, hey, whatever, I'd be like, I wouldn't trust him.
Right.
That's saying don't work with that.
That's right.
That's what that is.
And that's messed up.
And again, Bill's like, I'm down in UNC because, now fine, if you don't want to trust me or not, but you did that to me. Bro,
Sure.
to your point, I am minding my own business.
Yeah.
Let bygones. Sometimes it's better to let sleeping dogs lie. And Bill is doing that, but Robert Kraft ain't.
Bill's doing it, but Bill's also, at the same time,
He'll be petty.
He's not taking the high road, meaning,
which is fine.
This old man keeps bringing your name up. Let him do it. Don't respond. Every time Robert Kraft does this, Bill gets back at him. So you're right. It's egos. It's back and forth. They're both being petty. But from zooming out, George, and looking in on all this and then talking about it on TV, it does feel as though it's Robert Kraft that continues to stir the pot. Just let that thing simmer. Let it simmer. He can't help himself. When there's a microphone in his face, he's asked about Bill, he goes into these long diatribes. And I think it's not doing either one of them any favors.
New England ranks 31st out of 32 teams in spending since the NFL instituted the salary cap in 1994. Robert Kraft bought the team in 1994.
Come on, bro.
Bill Belichick was very tough with the cap. He believed no player should make more per year than the head coach. That's something that he seriously believed. It's written in books. But also, he had to go in and manage a team that was $10 million over the salary cap. Had to offload contracts. Had to figure out a way to get Drew Bledsoe out of there. Lawyer Malloy. The guys throughout the years.
All the guys that built it.
And it was like he was like a savage. That still hurts Lawyer Malloy to this day. He was all-time great Patriot, all-time great safety. But Don Van Natten had that nugget in there. Bill is taking the high road. I would like to see Bill. Platforms are out there. He's got a girlfriend that knows what avenues to go on. Go on a pod.
She would love it.
And go at Rob, but he doesn't.
He's not going to do that.
Here's the thing. When Brady's statue's revealed, are Kraft and Belichick there? Is Belichick in attendance?
No, I think it's Brady. And by the way, as always, Brady looks great in this, doesn't he?